The Last of Us Part 2.
Alright, so let's talk about one of the most controversial games in modern history, The Last of Us Part 2. It was a game that somehow broke the internet, shattered friendships, and made Reddit threads longer than a college dissertation. You either loved it, hated it, or rage uninstalled it halfway through. But here's the thing, I actually liked it, and no, I am not on Naughty Dog's payroll. I just think that the hate went a little overboard. So today, we're going to unpack why this game caught so much flack, and we're going to debunk some of the dumber criticisms, and yeah, we'll talk about that golf club scene. Let's start at ground zero. This game got leaked before it was even out. There was plot details, cutscenes, major spoilers, and boom, it was all online. And let's be honest, the leaks were not flattering. People saw Joel's fate, the whole Abby twist, and went into DEFCON 1. They killed Joel for woke points. They made me play as the villain. This game hates its fans. But here's the problem with judging a story off of a leak. It's like reading the last page of a novel and acting like you understood the whole plot. It is dumb. But let's rip the band-aid off. Yes, Joel dies. Yes, it's brutal. And no, I don't think it was disrespectful. Look, Joel is one of my favorite characters of all time, but narratively it made sense. Actions have consequences, and Joel's ending in the first game wasn't exactly a peace and love moment. He doomed humanity to save Ellie, and that's deep, but also kind of selfish. So yeah, there is a price to pay, and the idea that Joel would have never said his name to a stranger like Abby, that's a very fair criticism. And I get that. It's hard to believe that a man as paranoid as Joel suddenly starts acting like it's networking hour at a post-apocalyptic Starbucks. That was a writing fumble, and I agree with that point. But let's talk about Abby, the most hated character in gaming since the dog in Duck Hunt. But here's the thing, I thought humanizing her was genius. At first, yeah, you hate her. She murked Joel with a golf club. That's like watching someone kill Batman with a fidget spinner. But then the game makes you walk in her shoes, meet her friends, see her motivations, and suddenly things get complicated. You realize that maybe there is no such thing as a villain. Maybe it's just a cycle of revenge where everyone loses. That's not weak writing. That is tragic storytelling. And Ellie's arc is brutal, raw, and at times hard to watch. She spirals out of control. She starts hurting people. She loses everything. But that is the point. This isn't a power fantasy. It is a story about trauma eating you alive. And yeah, her decision to leave Dina and the baby for one last round of revenge was painfully dumb. But people make dumb choices when they're broken. So that's what makes it real. It hurts, you know, it sticks with you. But I do want to talk about Dina. Honestly, she had potential, great chemistry with Ellie, and some charming dialogue, but her entire arc ends up feeling like emotional seasoning for Ellie's journey. And that whole ex-boyfriend drama with Jesse, it felt a little too Riverdale for the end of the world. Like, why are we doing petty relationship triangles when we're one clicker bite away from death? And it pulled us out of the tension more than it enriched the story. And that's what ended up making it feel so juvenile in such a dark world like The Last of Us. That did not make any sense to me. But here's where things went from angry gamer to you need actual therapy. The backlash was not just loud, it got really toxic really quickly. Neil Druckmann, the game's director, received so much hate and abuse online. Laura Bailey, who voiced Abby, got death threats. Ashley Johnson, who played as Ellie, got harassed too. Like, what are we even doing at this point? Criticizing a story is one thing, but going after the real people behind it, that is actual clown behavior. These are actors just doing their jobs. If you are so upset that a fictional character upset you that you sent threats, maybe you should put the controller down and go outside. But let's give credit where it's due. From a technical standpoint, the game is amazing. The animations are some of the best in gaming. The attention to detail, the blood trails, the facial expressions, the stealth mechanics, it all hits. Whether you love or hate the story, this game is still a masterclass in game design. So where do I land on The Last of Us Part 2? I think it's one of the boldest narrative choices that we've seen in gaming history. It's not perfect, some choices are questionable, some characters deserved more, but as an experience, it truly did hit me, and it stuck with me, and I'd rather play a flawed game that tried something new than a perfect game that played it safe. It's a game that made people feel, and yeah, sometimes that feeling was rage, but that was truly powerful to me, and that's what made it stand out to me. So the next time someone says The Last of Us Part 2 ruined the franchise, maybe ask them, did it ruin it or did it just make you uncomfortable? Because sometimes that's exactly what great art is supposed to do. But anyways, you guys, I think that's going to be it for the video. I want you guys to comment down below what you would have done with the story if you were Neil Druckmann. How would you have directed the story? Because I always love hearing alternative endings or alternative plot twists to the story, because it's honestly very fun to just think about what would have happened if this happened instead in the story. So leave it down in the comments below, and I'm going to read all of them and I'm going to respond. But anyways, you guys, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord server, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.